This whole thing is just super weird. Hi everyone.
Yep.
Watching on the video. Moonpir is having internet problems. We'll do it in world here in a little bit, but that's why you see this image of sound only here for Moonpir. So Moonpir is joining us via his cellular telephone. Hi Moonpir.
Yes, the old school technology.
It sounds better than I expected it to.
Oh, well, that could also be because I'm kind of lucky in the fact that the office where I normally sit is one of the few places in this house that has a decent connection.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if I'm not on Wi-Fi and we're in the living room, I've got about half a bar, probably.
At least you didn't have to go sit in the basement or anything.
Yeah, that's true. Although, you know what, it's nice and cold down there, whereas it's getting really warm
Yeah.
everywhere else. Man, fuck New York's weather, dude. Like, 2 weeks ago it was snowing. Like,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. Oh,
Okay.
I'm so tired.
Oh, so the format for the show, I meant to talk about this before we went live, but that's alright. It's going to be daily runs, and then your progress, and then the Forgotten update. We'll talk about a little bit at the very end.
Okay, no.
Okay. You ready to kick this thing off?
Yes, I am.
Alright, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of The Binding of Moonpir Boston Rebirth. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me via cell phone after he escaped from the basement is Moonpir.
It's so good to be free.
He managed to escape. I fell asleep. I got tired after a year. I fell asleep. He managed to escape, but I'll get him back.
Oh. I have just realized, yeah, it's the episode after the year. That's perfect timing, really.
Yeah. So let's talk about daily runs this week. We had we're only counting 6 days this week because Moonpir had some technical difficulties one day.
I did actually manage to do that run.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And I went horrendously bad in that run as well, I believe.
Do you remember what day that was? Thursday?
I think that was Thursday run, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's
hard to keep track.
My horrendous run day this week was Wednesday. It was a Judas run where I scored all of 687 points because I walked into a room and one of those tiny red spiders that shoot like the 4 diagonal ways. It was a champion, bum rushed me, hit me, we were Judas, and that was the end of my run. Literally the third room.
Yeah, that did you say that was Wednesday's run? Because that's the one run this week I have notes for, which was, oh my word, how good is that run? Yeah. Because I think I pointed out to you on Twitter afterwards exactly what items I picked up, and they were all really good. Because it was like brimstone on the second floor and wooden spoon on the third floor and like 2020 in boss rush, and it's just like
spoon bender here and
yep. It was fun though. Like I enjoyed that run.
My theme for this week though is let's pick up Moonpir items though. Nothing super exciting for the beginning of the week, but on Friday we had a Samson run. It was as you coined it last week, sneaky strong, until I got Mr. Dolly, and then immediately after that, Eve's Mascara dropped, and I was sort of like, okay, I have a strong run here. Let's pick up Eve's Mascara for once, and then immediately after that, I get Tech 1 on Boss Rush and Spoonbender.
Yep.
So that was, to say the least, an incredibly quick run.
It's actually kind of funny because I was talking with T last night about doing the dailies. Like he's concerned about how to get back into Isaac, and I said to him, look, if you don't want to commit to doing proper runs, just do the dailies. You won't make any progress, but you'll get back into the swing of things.
Half an hour a day.
Yeah, exactly. Not even that, to be honest. When I first started, it was like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But we were actually talking about how, like, during yesterday's run, it's a shame to hear you say that this week was your pick up Moonpir's item thing, because I was actually I was talking to him while I was doing the daily yesterday, which the very first item was the Ludovigian technique.
Oh.
And I was like, that's kind of not a Boston item, that's kind of a me item. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of my jam, whereas Boston tends to not like it too much.
Yeah.
And then yesterday turned into a super powerful run.
Yeah, I think I re-rolled Ludovico technique, and I got my notes here say I got 20/20, Tech 1, Tech X, and a lump of coal. So basically unstoppable.
I went Ludovigian. I think, let's see if I can remember everything that I got in this run. I ended up with the Leviathan transformation at some point. I got Cupid's arrow at some point.
Oh, wow.
So the Ludovigian was like a pointy ball thing. At one point, I re-rolled something and got the proto paralysis or whatever it is, the short-range mega tears.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact: when you're using Ludovigian technique, the closer it is to you, the bigger it gets. So if you send it across the screen, it gets smaller, and it actually changes the size of it on the fly, which is kind of a really cool
That's neat.
like feature. But then I also got stuff like Quad Shot from Boss Rush, so I ended up with one big one and a whole bunch of spinny ones.
Oh yeah, I forgot it does like the little orbiting shots.
Yep. So yesterday's run was super powerful. I think you still beat me on it, but I still enjoyed the hell out of it because it was a really good run.
Yeah, yesterday's run, I didn't do it as well as I should have. I probably could have gotten like 2,000 more points if I would have done it right, but I got a 5 dice room in the cathedral, and I unfortunately used it right away. I should have finished the whole floor and then gone back and hit it and then done the cathedral again, because I could have scooped up probably about 2,000 more points if I would have really pushed.
Yeah, I always panic with the dice rooms, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Like, I can never remember what each one of them does, and it's like, I don't know what it does.
The only ones
comfortable.
The only ones I remember are 1, 5, and 6. So 1 and 6 both re-roll your runs. And I know they do something a little bit different, but that's sort of like the only thing I care about. And then 5 is basically the Forget-Me-Not item, where you start that floor back over.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then
yeah, you took yesterday by like 3,000 points.
Yeah.
I think I walked out of it with like, I think it was 39,000, but then I also did take like 8,000 damage on 8,000 damage penalty. So yay me!
And I figured today's run. Have you done today's run yet?
I haven't. No.
Okay. It's an Azazel run, and one of the items was Monster's Lung. So I thought, well, in the spirit of picking up Moonpir items, let's pick up Monster's Lung. And I forgot it just wildly shoots out of you at weird angles.
Yeah, you get the one in front of you, and then everything else is so unpredictable.
Yeah, and I thought, I made Boss Rush, obviously, because it's an Azazel run. And one of the items was Triple Shot. And I thought, man, this is going to be hilarious with Monster's Lung. It was not. My charge rate went through the roof. You do an incredible amount of damage, because now I'm shooting basically, like, what is it, 15 shots all at once.
Yeah, something like that.
But it did not leave me in a good position, and then I tapped out because I got Dead Cat Purgatory and the Blue Womb. So, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So probably the worst thing, especially for Hush. Like Hush, you need that, you know, that quick fire rate. You need it because you can't afford to be dilly-dallying around in Hush because it's just a wall of fireballs coming at you.
Yep. Yeah, and I did pick up Judas's Soul at some point, but I picked it up after I picked up Dead Cat. So I'd have to go through 9 lives just to get Dark Judas and lose Azazel, and then I still might lose. So I was like, you know what? I'm leaving this week on a down note.
Yeah, sometimes it kind of needs to be done, though.
Yeah. Hopefully there's some up notes. Did you have any progress in the game this week? The game proper?
No, I did not. I took probably about another 10 to 15 keeper runs. But at the same time, I also did about 10 brains runs. But to be honest, as we have discussed over the course of the week, and you've probably seen me losing my mind in Discord, this week's not been a great week for this household.
Yeah.
For a lot of things. So, spoiler alert, my section on the main show is going to be kind of short.
Yeah. I think the biggest piece of news this week, though, in Isaac Land, Isaac-topia, is the release of the last booster pack, which is now called the Forgotten Update. And it's a big one.
Yeah, I scrolled through the patch notes that you sent, and it was just like, oh my word.
Yeah, so sort of hitting some of the high points here from the release. There's 8 new items from the community, 5 new enemies, 1 new boss, 64 new achievements, 817 new rooms. What?
Oh my word.
And they say literally hundreds of fixes and improvements, meticulously implemented by Fix-It Vin, who sounds like it's a new programmer, or at least the programmer for this booster pack on Binding of Isaac. And whoever Vin is did an incredible job, because they fixed... Moonpir was not exaggerating. If you go look at the patch notes, there's literally 300 to 400 things that have been fixed.
Yep.
And it's even weird things like creep animations are better. When I went to go use the donation machine, the first couple coins go in really slowly like they normally do, and then suddenly you're dumping like 10 coins at a time. They drop in there incredibly quickly. One of the ones I liked that I ran into was red chests in Devil Deal rooms can no longer teleport you to the Devil Deal room. And that's
interesting.
Yeah.
Red chests in the Devil Deal room can no longer transport you to the Devil Deal room. Okay, right. I get it.
Yeah.
That's a kind of a cool fix, because I see that happen all the time to me. It's like, be Spirit Hearts. No, I'm back in the same room again.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I could have gotten Spirit Hearts or pills or something, but nope, I just got teleported to the same room I'm in. Awesome.
Yep.
The sort of worst-kept secret about this DLC is there's a new character in here, the Forgotten. I won't belabor the method to unlocking him, because it's a little complex, and if you're sort of trying to avoid spoilers, then I don't want to spoil it, but man, the Forgotten is a really cool and very different character. I haven't unlocked him yet, but I've been watching a lot of people play as him, and it's nice to see a character who is so vastly different from other characters, but sort of not in the way that the Keeper and the Lost are. Not where it's like, oh god, here we go. Alright, this is going to be tough. It's sort of like, well, this character plays differently, and that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I think that the exciting part about the booster pack for players like Moon and I is that now Nicholas has been saying, and I hope they're still sticking to this, especially with the new person that's Vin, who's been working on Binding of Isaac, is that now the porting process starts for sort of the complete Binding of Isaac package to Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, it did kind of bring a smile to my face to throw some shade at them on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah. And I sort of get the feeling that this is the end of Binding of Isaac for a while. I know he's working on Mugenics again, which I'm very excited about, but I get the impression that I'm sure Ed will return to Isaac at some point, but it sounds like this is sort of closing the book on this chapter, which is sort of exciting, because he gets to go do other stuff other than Isaac.
Do you think that this is his royal diamond, where it's just never quite perfect, and he just has to come back to it all, like, throughout the rest of his life?
Yeah,
like he just keeps
sort of
coming
do.
back.
Like I know he was pressured into making. He sort of jokes that he was pressured into making Binding of Isaac Rebirth because his wife ran out of stuff to play with the original Isaac. But I sort of feel like the state that Afterbirth Plus is in right now is okay. A lot of the mod, the community items that have been added over the last couple months with the booster packs are largely pretty strong. So I feel like the game is maybe leaning a little bit towards all the majority of items being strong and not a lot of, oh, these are kind of normally bad items.
Yeah.
But if I was to bet on anything, I bet in a couple of years he might redo Isaac, and maybe put out a brand new Binding of Isaac. I totally forgot he's working on Mugenics, but they're also wrapping up The Legend of Bumbo, the prequel to Binding of Isaac, the Match 4 puzzle game RPG thing, which looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of super excited to give that thing a try.
Yeah, sort of a more modern Puzzle Quest is sort of how I'm seeing it. But yeah, I
fingers crossed.
Yeah, I haven't spent a ton of time with the booster pack, mostly because I haven't had any time this week at all. But
right there with you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it, and I'm really looking forward for it to launch on the main 3 consoles here, so we can sort of carry our save game forward into not only Afterbirth Plus, but sort of the complete Binding of Isaac experience as I'm sort of seeing it. So I'm hoping that comes sooner than later.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I need Afterbirth Plus, but I should do those 2 challenges I have left before that thing comes out.
Yeah, because knowing our luck, it will just appear in the store one day where it's like, hey, Afterbirth Plus is here, it's $10, everything's done, see ya. So
yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. They're not going to pimp her out, especially on my platform. They're definitely not going to pimp her out at all.
Yeah. All right, and that's our episode for this week. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Moonpir, for joining me yet again. I will bring you back to the basement, I promise.
We shall see.
And we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right, and thanks, everyone, for watching the maybe not super exciting video this week, but hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. Bye.